Place your hands directly out in front of you like so. Just remember, as long as you have some space, you're not hitting anything. Now take your right hand, turn it over. So right hand, turn it over, perfect. Now just notice how far apart your arms are right now. Alright, now with your right hand, I want everyone to imagine or visualize a bucket in your right hand, alright? Now with your left hand, I want you to imagine a big balloon attached to your left arm, okay? Now I want everyone right now to go ahead and close your eyes. Alright, now remember, you're just focused on yourself, you're not focusing on anyone else, just yourself. Now I want you to imagine or visualize with that bucket in your right hand, me taking sand and pouring sand into that bucket right now. And that bucket starts getting heavier and heavier as I pour more and more sand into that bucket in your right arm, starting to drop down further and further. Now with that left arm, with that balloon attached to that left wrist, that balloon starts drifting up higher and higher up into the air right about now. You start feeling that pulling, tugging sensation as that balloon goes higher and higher up into the air. And as that happens, maybe you might take a nice deep breath, maybe your shoulders relax a little bit. More and more sand into that right hand, to that bucket, getting heavier and heavier, twice as heavy, that right arm dropping further and further down. The further down that right arm drops, the higher up that left arm becomes. The further up that left arm becomes, it just starts drifting, floating up higher and higher. And go ahead and freeze where you're at, freeze where you're at, open up your eyes, and look how far apart your hands become. So just lean onto that shoulder. Yep, just really get on them. Right to that person. Yep, go right ahead. Go right ahead. They're all friendly. Yep, go ahead. Lean right into your right as much as you can. Keep going, keep going. There you go. Put your head right on their shoulder. There you go. Perfect. Alright, now you're going to sit up straight. Same thing. Everyone move into the person to your left. Just plop your head right onto their shoulder to the person to your left. Very good. Yep, yep. There you go. Alright, we want everyone to get nice and comfortable, okay? Because, like I said, people will fall on each other, so we want to make sure that you do feel comfortable with this. So everyone go ahead and sit up straight. Very good. Alright, now that you're comfortable and familiar with everyone now, we're going to take one more deep breath. And slowly exhale again. Perfect. Now, we're going to do one last exercise. After this, you will all have your eyes closed for the next little bit. When your eyes are closed, remember, just keep your eyes closed, not because you can't open them, just because you'd rather have them closed to be able to further this process. So can I have everyone take your hands out like this for me? Now I want everyone to stare at your hands right now. Yep, you can do it as well. Go ahead and stare at your hands, stare at your hands. Now, from this point on, all noises and sounds are going to further to relax you. And the more that you look at your hands, the closer and closer they become. Remember, everyone's at their very own pace, but you will notice that they do start coming closer and closer together. And what will happen is everyone's at their own pace, but as soon as your hands completely touch together, two things will happen. You'll close your eyes, hands will drop down to your lap, and then you can just continue on with your deep breathing. Very good. So as your hands are out, coming closer and closer, that magnetic force, inch by inch, every inch that it becomes closer, that magnetic force becomes stronger and stronger. Very good. Remember, some people might be hypnotized as soon as their hands touch. Others, remember, you are just simply relaxing and focusing on your deep breathing. As your hands come twice together, closer and closer, just like that. Remember, taking another deep breath. And on the exhale, your hands come even closer together. You can start feeling that pulling, tingling sensation. It doesn't feel like you're moving your arms. It just feels like your hands are naturally coming together. Very good. As soon as your hands completely touch, your eyes will close, hands will drop down to your lap, and you can take a nice deep breath. Very good. Hands coming twice together now, twice as fast now, closer and closer. Every single snap gets closer and closer. Very good. If your hands are already down into your lap, you're just focusing on your deep breathing. Very good. Hands coming together now, slowly but surely. Very good. Twice as fast. And if your hands have not already come together, you can just bring them naturally together right now. Eyes closing down. Maybe your eyes are starting to flutter now. That is perfectly natural. Now as your hands are down into your lap, I want everyone to take a nice full deep breath right now. Now remember, for the next 10 minutes or so, everyone's going to give you the ultimate relaxation. You are just focusing on yourself and how much you can allow yourself to relax. Because as long as you follow all directions, you will get the best night's sleep of your life tonight. So as you continue on taking deep breaths, some of you might notice that your eyes start rolling around in your head. If your eyes start rolling around in your head, that is a sign of hypnosis. That is perfectly fine and natural. Anything that you notice happening, just allow it to happen. Anything that I say becomes the truth. With that being said, anytime that I say the word sleep, your eyes will automatically close, and you'll take a nice deep breath and automatically be open for suggestion, being in that state of mind, ready for anything that's about to happen. So even me saying the word sleep right now, you can just feel yourself drifting off, And the more that you allow yourself to dive into that, the more beneficial it is for you. Squeezing your hands together. Yep, interlocking your fingers, squeezing, locking down. Start squeezing more and more, tighter and tighter right now. Very good. Squeezing, locking down more and more, as tight as you possibly can do it. To the tips of your fingers, turn white more and more. Very good. Imagine me taking super glue and super gluing your fingers together, and then taking tape and taping all the way around them, going tighter and tighter and tighter, as tight as you can possibly get them. To the tips of your fingers, turn white. And what's going to happen is on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to try to pull apart your hands. You'll find it'll be physically impossible to pull them apart. That the more you try, the more impossible it becomes. That even if you can go even a little bit, they come right back together and lock down 10 times more. Going from 1, squeezing, locking down more and more. 2, to the tips of your fingers, turn white, really putting pressure on those thumbs, locking down especially. 2, and 3, go ahead and try to pull apart your hands. You can try as hard as you want to. The more that you try, the more stuck it becomes. Very good. From 3, 2, 1, you can release your hands, pulling your hands apart. Very good. Now it becomes easily. Very good. Coming down from 3, 2, 1, and sleep. Going deeper and deeper. Eyes getting twice as heavy now. Like I said, every single time you hear me say that word, you just drift off into a deeper state of consciousness. A giant red balloon attached to your wrist. Giant red balloon attached to your wrist right now. And that balloon starts lifting, pulling up onto your wrist. And that balloon starts pulling up, and that arm starts lifting up into the air. Right about now, you start feeling that tugging sensation. Remember, it doesn't feel like you're moving, it just feels like your arm is just naturally going up higher and higher up into the air. Maybe you start swaying back and forth as it casually picks up more and more. Very good, as that arm goes higher and higher up into the air. Remember, it doesn't feel like you're moving, it just feels like that balloon is just pulling so naturally up into the air. Remember, even if it's going even a little bit, it just goes at its very own pace, and eventually that balloon is going to go directly up over your head, and that balloon is going to stick right where it's at as it starts going up higher and higher. The more times I snap my fingers, the higher up that balloon becomes. It starts twisting, pulling up more and more. You can really start feeling that on your wrist. Very, very good. As you take another deep breath. Very good, as that balloon goes higher and higher up into the air. And as soon as that balloon goes all the way up into the air, remember, you're at your very own pace. You're just noticing the changes going throughout your body. And as soon as that balloon goes up over your head, that balloon will actually become completely stuck up into the air. And it's going to keep on pulling until that arm can't go up any further. Very good. More and more higher and higher, higher and higher, just like that. The more noises that you hear, the higher up that balloon goes, pulling, tugging. Maybe some of you can actually visualize that giant red balloon. You can imagine me taking helium and filling more helium into that balloon getting bigger and bigger and bigger as that balloon drifts higher and higher up into the air. And like I said, eventually it'll go directly up over your head. And as soon as that happens, it'll become completely stuck. The reasoning, because that balloon, the giant red balloon with tons of more helium now, will be pulling so incredibly hard on your wrist that no matter how hard you try to pull it down, you will not physically be able to do it. And once you notice that you can't pull your arm down, you'll start laughing because you notice how silly it is that you cannot pull your arm down no matter how hard that you try. So as that balloon goes up higher and higher up into the air, taking another deep breath, twice as high now, sticking, locking into a place, that balloon tugging and pulling so hard, just like that, taking another full deep breath. Very good. Sticking, locking into place, that balloon pulling so hard that it will be physically impossible to pull it down. As soon as I count to 3, you will try to pull it down. As soon as you try to pull it down, you'll realize how stuck it really is. Very good. From 1, you can actually start moving your free hand around, because the more that you move your free hand, the more stuck the other one becomes. 2, that balloon really pulling and tugging down. 2, and 3, you go ahead and really try to pull it down. You can even take your free hand and try to pull down the arm that's stuck down in the air. You can really try it. That balloon is not going anywhere. You can try as hard as you want to try to put that arm down, but you find that you cannot put it down no matter how hard that you're trying. You can take your free hand up and try to tug down that arm that's stuck. It just wants to go up higher and higher. The more that you tug at it, the more higher that it wants to go up. Very good. And that balloon starts gently floating back down. That balloon starts deflating as your arm goes lower and lower. And then that balloon starts dropping down. That arm will completely drop into your lap from 3. Arm dropping down now. 2. Dropping into your lap gently. 1. And sleep. Going deeper and deeper. Sinking, drifting, floating down. Very good. Heavier and heavier every single time that my hand is placed onto your shoulder. Very good. To each and every person, I just want you to place your hand onto your lap right now, whichever one that you like. I'm going to come around, I'm going to push on the back of your hand, and as soon as I push on the back of your hand, you will realize just as before that your hand is completely stuck down to your lap. that you cannot lift it up no matter how hard that you try. You actually feel a suction cup and a numbness going from your hand all the way up to your elbow, all the way up to your shoulder, making it so you cannot move that arm even a little bit. As I come around right now, pushing, locking down just like that, sticking together just like that, pushing, locking down. Very good. Now I want everyone to take your free hand right now. Show that you can move that free hand, because that free hand moves very freely, very openly. Because the more that you do that, the more stuck the other one becomes. Go ahead and try to move the hand that's stuck down to your lap. Now you can really try as hard as you want. And again, you can take that free hand, try to pick that up. You'll find it becomes more and more impossible the more that you try. It just becomes more and more stuck. And 3, 2, 1, you can actually pick up that arm right now. The arm releases. You can move both hands freely, just like that. Very good. And as you put your hands down into your lap, coming down from 3, getting heavier again, eyes getting heavy, 2, 1, and sleep, going deeper and deeper again. Very good. Taking one last full deep breath. Very good. Now, with everyone's eyes closed, I just want everyone, on the count of 3, I'm going to wake everyone up on the count of 3. As soon as that happens, you will all stay in the state of mind. You're going to feel very tired, relaxed. You're going to want to go back to sleep because you're going to still stay in that state of hypnosis. And as soon as I count up to 3, your eyes will open, you will look up at me. And remember, as soon as I say that word sleep, as soon as I say that word to you, your eyes will automatically close again, and you'll go into an even deeper state than you are now, being primed for anything. So coming up from 1, still staying in that nice hypnotic state. 2, coming back around more and more. And 3, you can open up your eyes, open up your eyes. Perfect. Everyone look up here for me for a second. I'm going to take out my car keys. Everyone just go ahead and look at my car keys. As you stare at one focal point on these car keys set, I'm going to drop down from 3, eyes getting heavier, 2, eyes closing down now, 1, as I drop it down, and sleep, going deeper and deeper, eyes closing down, shoulders dropping and relaxing, going twice as deep under. Very good, taking another full deep breath. Perfect, everyone's doing absolutely great here. Perfect. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to wake everyone up on the count of 3. As soon as I wake you up on the count of 3, something very strange is going to happen. You're going to notice this too. It's going to be the strangest thing in the world. I'm going to wake everyone up on the count of 3. As soon as that happens, I want everyone to take the number 6 right now. Imagine the number 6. And as soon as I snap my fingers, you're going to completely forget that number right now, gone out of your memory. That the more you try to remember that number, the more that you forget it. So even if you think that you can say that number, you're going to open up your mouth, but no words will come out, no numbers will come out, because it'll be physically impossible. Your tongue will just roll around. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And every time that I snap my fingers, you will forget that number more and more. So again, even if you think you can say it, you will attempt to, but you'll find it will be impossible. As you come up on the count of 3, remember, you'll still stay in that hypnotic state, but you'll be more lively and alert, ready for everything, still stay in that nice deep state of mind, coming up from 1, 2, coming back around, a little bit more awake, 2 and 3. You can open up your eyes, wide awake, everyone, wide awake. All right, everyone go look up here for me. Now show of hands, how many people feel more relaxed versus when they first got up here? All right, perfect. This shows everyone at some level is in some state right now where they do feel ultimately relaxed. So we're going to do a couple exercises here. So we'll take someone from down here. So can you go ahead and take out your pointer finger for me for a moment? Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my fingers out like this. I want you just to count out loud each finger on my hand for me, nice and loud so everyone can hear it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. Okay, cool. All right. Everyone got that? Yeah? Okay. Do you want to try it as well? Go ahead and take your finger out. Go ahead and count each one out loud.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
11. Okay. Everyone agree? So here, how many fingers are on this hand? 5? How many are on this hand?
5.
Okay, so how many does that make? 10? Okay, good. So that's 10 total, right? So go ahead and so how many fingers do I have right here?
10.
10? Yeah. Well, you said 11 before.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Tell you what, we'll try a different one too. So is anyone here good at math? You are? Okay, perfect. Okay, only 3 people are good at math here, but that's okay. All right. So we're going to start out simple. Can anyone here tell me what 1 plus 1 is? 2? All right, see, you are smart. All right, so that was a hard one. We'll go a little bit harder. Can anyone tell me what 2 plus 2 is? 4? All right, can anyone tell me real quick, what is 5 plus 1? You've got 5 and then plus 1. What do you think it is? Okay. You know what? I'm sorry. That was a curveball. That's my bad. We'll start out again. So tell you what is 7 plus 2?
9.
9? Okay. What is 8 minus 2?
7.
7? Okay, everyone agree? 8 minus 2? You looked a little confused. 8 minus 2? 7? See, yeah, so you were right. Okay. Alright, great. Actually, tell you what. Can you put your finger out like this for me? Alright, what is your name?
Maggie.
Maggie? Okay, nice to meet you. Can you put your finger out just like that for me? Watch this. I'm going to push on your finger. As soon as I push on your finger, you're going to remember and be able to say out loud that number for me, okay? And as soon as I do that, you're going to remember that number, but you will not be able to say your first name right now. There we go. So what comes after 5? Yeah, what number comes after 5? 7? Oh, that's okay too. What comes before 7? 5? Alright, cool. And what was your name? Or what's your last name?
Gossamer.
Okay, what's your middle name?
Laura.
Okay, what's your first name? Oh wait, you just told me, right? Okay. Well, I'm Josh. And you are? Laura? Okay, nice to meet you. Awesome. Alright, so same as everything. If everyone could put your feet on the floor, we're going to go ahead and look at the car keys again. Everyone go ahead and look at the car keys for me. Look at the car keys, very good. I want everyone to take a nice deep breath, going back into that nice comfortable state from 3, eyes getting heavier, 2, 1, and sleep. Going deeper and deeper, twice as deep every single time. Sinking, drifting, floating down. Very, very good. Now, remember, now that everyone is at this point, everyone up here is now a pro at this. You are all a pro at this. So we can go at a faster pace with everything now. Because all of you are very good at this. Everything else now is going to go back to normal. You can remember the number 6. For those of you who can remember your first name, you can remember everything. 3, and then as soon as this happens, remember, everything else is going to go completely back to normal, except for something crazy is going to happen. As soon as you open up your eyes on the count of 3, anytime that I snap my fingers, no matter what you think is going to happen, every time that I snap, it gets funnier and funnier every single time that I snap my fingers, and you can't help but just bust out laughing, because it is the funniest thing in the world, especially if you see me snap too. That really gets you going. But if I ever clap my hands together, you get a straight face. You cannot laugh whatsoever. You just get a straight face. It is impossible for you to smile. But every snap gets funnier and funnier no matter what. Every snap, you see the person next to you laughing. You can even imagine that person right next to you starting to laugh right now. As you hear each and every single snap, it just gets funnier and funnier. Coming up in the count of 3 from 1. Coming back around 2. Open up your eyes and 3. Wide awake everyone. All right, how's everyone feeling up here? Everyone feeling pretty good? Yeah? All right, awesome, that's great. You like that? Here, check this out. Watch, I got something in my pocket. Watch this, ready? All right, hit him with the crazy one. Watch this. This is 2, ready? All right, one more. There we go. Perfect. All right. You know what? It's even funnier if someone else does it. Watch. Can you snap? Guys, do it again. Do it again. Watch. Everyone go ahead and snap. Go ahead and try it. Perfect. All right, everyone. So we're all doing absolutely great up here. So once again, we're doing the same exact thing. So remember, everyone's in a good and fast pace. So everyone go ahead and look up here for me. Everyone look up here for me. Take a nice deep breath. Eyes getting heavier from 3, 2, heavy down now, 1, and sleep. Going deeper and deeper down, sinking, drifting, floating down again. Very good. And with each and every smell, just take a nice big inhale, and the person next to you starts smelling better and better. Maybe you've smelled the smell before. Maybe it smells like your favorite food or something, but you cannot help but catch that whiff of that person next to you. It smells absolutely amazing. It smells intriguing, especially if you even turn your nose and even a little bit, like right now, you start noticing that. As soon as you turn your head, that smell just gets stronger and stronger. It smells absolutely amazing. Really turn to that person right now. Really turn your nose on them. Take a deep breath. It smells absolutely amazing, especially if you put your nose right on their shoulder. Oh man, you can really smell that. It smells so freaking good. It just smells like, oh, what is that smell? Maybe you smelled it before, you just smelled it, but oh, that smells so great right now. Oh man, oh, I've never smelled anything better than that. But then all of a sudden you notice that person next to you, it starts smelling like BO real bad right now. Get a whiff of that. Take a big inhale. You're not gonna get sick to your stomach, but boy, that person next to you does not smell pleasant at all. Oh, good Lord. Maybe they didn't shower today or last week or something like that, but you can smell it. Take another big whiff. Okay, yep, that's, okay, and back to the good smell. They smell good again. That BO is gone, nice breeze comes through. Oh, that is so much better. That is so much better. Oh. Alright, now that you can smell that, you're going to be able to smell that smell in that person next to you for the next little while. And every time that you smell that, you're going to feel 10 times better, more relaxed, more open to suggestion. Also, from this point on, you will feed off the audience. So anything that the audience does for reactions, you feed off of it and you get more into everything that's going on. So as you take that other deep breath, smelling that pleasant smell again and again. Very good. It smells so good right now. Feeling absolutely amazing.